Welcome to Ramblings of a Madman. In this episode, we will look into the equal opportunity or the equal level playing field of education. In the first episode, we talked about does the education system today sufficient enough to face the society that we have built. Now, in this episode, we will look into a different part of education, which is does education have a equal playing field for everybody who needs it. So basically, this is, some might say, this is a socialist idea, but in a sense I beg to differ. In this developed world, in this economic system, in this liberal world, everybody should get their education. It shouldn't matter that you have money or special privileges or not. You should be able to get at least the fundamentals of education to face the society. So, the fundamental of this free education idea would be, in a human nature, is to think like this. It doesn't matter if you're born poor or rich, or what caste or what ethnicity or what level of society. Every child will have an equal opportunity of education to face the society. In a sense, this is a very beautiful train of thought. People doesn't choose to be born poor or born to a specific ethnicity or level in society. So that means that everybody should have an equal opportunity to face the society. If they have the courage and if they have the need to perform, they can proceed to higher levels in society and economy itself. But the society should give that opportunity to that person. So even if you are from a poor family who cannot afford education, having free education will provide an equal level field to all the children, not only the rich or the well equipped, but even the poor, to face the society. And it will be their responsibility by themselves, because free education is given to succeed in the society. Even if the biggest child has the proper courage and the need to face the society with an iron fist and power, that means he can use free education as a tool to fight through and become even an engineer, a doctor, an economist, anybody that the child needs. So free education is built on that beautiful thought that everybody should have an equal playing ground and to face the society, and free education will provide everybody with the vital tools that is needed to become what they need. And to go to that place, it is of course the individual's performance that matters, but every individual should have an equal level field to go to higher levels. But this brings to another part of it. Is this a really a viable solution, free education for everybody? Well, there are advantages and disadvantages of this concept, but first we will look at the advantages of this concept. Of course, giving the fundamental right of education, one of the pillar stones of democracy and liberalism is education, and educating people and giving them all the information that they need. And for this, everybody will have access for education through such a system. And then it comes to the economy and the society progressing forward as whole, because more people getting educated mean more people trying to innovate, and more innovations will be done because of this, and that will benefit the society to move forward immensely, where children from very low economic lines where there is poverty can rise up to innovate and solve those problems, because they have the personal experience to solve them as well. This is going considered as one of the big advantages of free education. And one of the other things are, well, students who are having student debt might try to focus on other things rather than education to pay out those student loans. But students without that, giving free education, they can clearly focus on their education and carry education without any mental stress, which I think is a very important part in free education. As well as students can increase the amount of majors that they're doing, and can be without any doubts about their financial problems, they can educate themselves with all the knowledge that they need to innovate and work for the society. And we can also talk about the short-term and long-term economic benefits about free education. So when you talk about short-term economic benefits, is there will be a set of youngsters going out to society to work and earn money, but they will not have any loans to pay off, which means they can support the economy, that they can buy things and they can carry out functions of life without worrying about debt, which will increase the economic output of the society. More things will be bought, and even economic activity will be very fluid. These are few advantages, and to even think of the personal level of it. If you cannot teach your own beloved child what they like, then it is a burden for families and parents. But without money, they can't fulfill their child's needs. For parents who are struggling with debt and everything, free education will come as a saint, an angel to basically, not for them but to their children. And think about it, because different courses we have different values. Example, medicine. Even when coming into engineering, the numbers are way high, and if there is free education or any way to facilitate them and bring the prices down, then students will have the opportunity. Students who like but cannot afford will have the opportunity to do what they like. When people do what they like for their education, then after that for their service they provide from that education, it is much better for the economy, the mental health, the individual as well as the society. And this is also, we can take it as an advantage. In a sense, free education will be more effective in countries with developed economies rather than countries with not, because students will have more options, more job opportunities, and of course this is a thing that is being practiced in developed and undeveloped countries, and examples can be taken for countries that are for the countries the society have to pay for education. This could be a radical step, this could be an unimaginary step, but with all the statistics and numbers that we see today of student loans and debts and how the society struggles to educate their youngsters, it seems that moving towards this direction, not maybe total free education, but moving into some kind of beneficial way of education, reducing the prices, will be a good thing to consider about. Of course, even such a beautiful thought will have some negative comments from people. One of them is, who's going to pay for this? This is one of the most critical barriers that this concept comes and hits. It's like, who will pay for it if they are not going to facilitate by themselves? So for this, the basic answer would be the taxpayer. But when you think about it, when your child has the equal opportunity, why not? And then when these children grow up and take over the society, they will be taking the responsibility to pay the next generation. In a sense, this is also paid education, but in a much more effective way. Then comes the psychological arguments such as financial irresponsibility, which is a true thing, because the value of money will be not there, and purely the love for education should drive the student. But that means some students will not appreciate what they are having, and that is a problem, because personally I can say having a risk of paying loans and these things was a driving factor for doing examinations and to good grades. Well, this is a double-edged sword, it seems, when coming into that. But then there are other arguments such as the value of the diploma will go down, or like there will be more people going into one area and others will suffer. This minor details that can be resolved by the schools or colleges or universities itself. The quality of the degree should be maintained by the university or the college itself, not only by the students. And this is a vastly different world. There are different people who like different things. A society works naturally. If something gets saturated, people will move away from it. That's how even the economic system of the world works. And so we look at this free education and equal level field, a beautiful idea. It doesn't matter that if you are born rich or poor, or if you are entitled or not, or if you have a different advantage from different way, that you will have an equal level field. Even the people, even the beggar's son, daughter would have an advantage, have an equal opportunity to work their way through society and climb up. And we shouldn't look at this as a socialist thing, we shouldn't look at this as a communist thing, but we should look at this as a humane thing, humanity thing. And if we are going to give people the right for educating themselves, then as a society we must ensure that they will have the necessary capabilities of educating themselves as well. So this is a debate that goes on, and different economies and different cultures, societies, different rooted institutions will positively and negatively see such a thing, and each point has their merits. We cannot say no, because different countries approach this in different ways, and these countries have different economies, and some face big problems while others have a good outcome from this. But what I have seen personally, people who will not be able to reach higher levels in society and serve the society for the betterment of the human race have climbed through these ladders and go into better places. Maybe if they had to pay large amount of money to get that education, maybe they would be disencouraged and look for other things in society. Well, this is a complicated topic. This is just a rambling of a madman about something that madman is passionate about. Let's see your thoughts on this. So I will end my rambling for now, and thank you very much for listening. Have a nice day. Ayubowan.